Welcome to the Whiskey Vault. I'm Daniel Whittington, Chancellor of Wizard Academy and Whiskey Marketing School. Today is Hidden Drams with a bottle donated by one of our whiskey humans, Quint. Thank you so much, Quint. I'm looking forward to this one because I know about 10th Street. They're in San Jose, California, and their distillery, ironically, is on 4th Street. Not far from a Trader Joe's that I used to stop at while on my way to the San Jose airport. So whenever I would fly, when you live in San Luis Obispo, you either drive all the way down to LAX or you drive up to San Jose to go out of the San Jose airport. And for so much of my life, when I flew out of California, I flew out of the San Jose airport, and the Trader Joe's that's right there, not far from their place, is where I would stop to get all the Trader Joe's snacks and bring them back to Texas to friends and family. I don't think they were actually there during most of that time. But, you know, that's cool. They're in South Bay, as we call it. They're making single malt, which is my home turf, and I love it. And this one specifically is 3 different kinds of cask. They call it triple cask. And actually, I kind of love this little label logo. 1 barrel, 54.9, man, we're choosing them high. STR single cask. STR is something that was actually pioneered, if I'm not mistaken, and okay, don't take my word for this. Look it up because I'm going from a vague memory right now and it might be wrong. But my memory is that Jim Swan, who helped with Cavalon and several other distilleries, he sort of was one of the first people to start truly actively using STR. STR means shave, toast, rechar. That is a way to refurbish or bring back a tired cask. So you take a barrel that's like, maybe it's just too used, you open it up, and you literally shave a layer out, you re-toast it, and then you re-char it, and then you put the head back in and you reuse it again. They're usually doing it with the barrels, or sometimes doing it with staves, depending on your production level and your abilities of coopering. And it's a great way to bring some life back into a barrel. I have never had an A-B comparison between an STR, and I think Virginia's doing STR too, between an STR and the same exact new make and a normal one-time use or a first fill barrel, or a new oak. I would love a 3 comparison between first fill bourbon, brand new oak, and an STR cask of the same fill, and we could finally see like what's happening with a shave toast rechar. But it is very common. So they, with this one, did shave toast rechar, and then they moved it into wine casks, and then they moved it into port casks. Now, they don't say which wine or which port. Is it Tawny or Ruby? Don't know. Off of smell, it smells great. There's a lot going on here. Strangely, really sweet up front, but then apples kind of creeped in behind. It's mostly darker fruits. And there's that rich, really round, like acidic malt note. It's, I'm going to say it, it's very grapey. But literally, fresh grape. Like, it just popped into my head. And of course, wine and port, you know, grapes. But still, if this had a color, it would be purple, which is interesting because they put a purple label on top. But I think that's kind of common with their things. But it is very purple, for lack of a better nose note. This is how you can tell professionals are at work. Smells like purple and grapes, because purple and grapes. That's why I get paid the big bucks. Oh man, that is good. That is musty, malty, funk. I will say the other 2 casks are really heavy. Like, they're dense and their impact is dense. And it is as much influenced by the 2nd and 3rd aging as like a Glendronach sherry cask is mostly sherry flavored, right? It is like, I'm having a really hard time finding any of the original malt new make notes. It's just buried behind all of the other big, huge barrel flavors and finishing flavors. That is not a critique. That is just like, this is mostly wine port cask in the palate. And get the nose too. Although I did just get baby food applesauce. Baby's applesauce. Yeah, malt, acidity, and applesauce. Why am I keep getting apples? It's so weird. It's still there though. It smells great. That palate. That's great. That's when it gets really grapey and fruity and juicy fruit. And I'm going to add a little water because it is, above 50. We're just going to see what happens. I'm going to have a little sip of water. Heads up, we've got the next whiskey level 1 is in November. So you got a few months to get planned if you wanted to attend that one. And what was the other thing that was? Oh, we've been shooting some other styles of episodes. You're going to see them start to be sort of like interspersed in the mix as we start just kind of testing out the waters. And so instead of just a full sale, all the old episodes are going away and now we're only doing these new ones, we're going to start just sort of like peppering in the new ones one day a week and keeping the barrel one, and then we'll be shifting. But it's the next season of the Whiskey Vault. Prepare yourself. I'll tell you, we're tentatively titling them Whiskey Conversations. There's a point where you want to come up with cool names, and then there's a point where just saying what it is actually far more effective. It's the same principle for why we came up with, we used the word sommelier for our whiskey school, because we sat around for like a week trying to come up with a different name for training people in the art of whiskey presentation, education, communication, and knowledge that wasn't sommelier. And every time we came up with a word, I'd try it on somebody. I'd say, well, we're going to train whiskey, blah, blah, blah. What do you think that is? And they're like, well, what do they do? And I was like, well, it's kind of like what wine sommeliers do for wine. And they were like, oh, yeah. And then eventually I looked it up. I was like, wait, screw it. Let's just cut all of this nonsense and just call it what everyone thinks of it. Everyone's like, oh, like sommeliers. Yes, like sommeliers. Yeah, okay. Oh, man. Okay. A little water improved the nose. It made it a little more wood mustiness instead of grain musty. And it softened the big fruit explosion into a more gentle, cohesive fruit roundness. I like the nose significantly more. And I liked it before, but I like it better now. Quint, good call on this one. It kind of flattened out the palate. Now it's like extremely candy sweet. This needs a cigar for sure. Or something savory would be nice with this one to counteract that pure sugar bomb of a palate. Yeah. Okay, I will tell you, so far I've always loved anything coming out of 10th Street, San Jose, California, another American single malt. California, one of the hotbeds of American single malts, or I should say the West Coast in general. California's got several great ones, including one of the originals. I like this one. I was looking to see if I had another one up here, and I don't. I like this one better than I liked any of the other 10th Street ones that I've had, and I liked the other ones. This is a great pick. Well done. 10th Street. Oh, it won Best in Show in Whiskeys of the World 2024. I just saw that sticker. Of course it did. It's great. It's a great whiskey. Anyway, thank you, Quint, for this, and cheers to you guys. I'm really glad you're here. If you want to know what color your whiskey smells like, then you should like and subscribe to this channel, because evidently that's what we do now.